Hey everybody, let's talk about graphing with slope-intercept form. Here is our slope-intercept form where m is the slope and b is the y-intercept. So here's an example for you. We got 2x plus 3. When graphing this, you always start with the y-intercept. Always. In this case, it's 3, so put a dot at 3. My slope is 2. Remember, slope is rise over run. So it's telling you how you move to get to the next point. So in this case, I go up 2 over 1, put a dot. All right, and then I just connect it with a big line, and I'm done. All right, so let's do a few more of these. All right, so with this one, we have a negative slope. All right, we got a negative slope, it's negative 2/3 x. So what that means is my rise over run is going to be a little bit different. Okay, instead of going up, I'm going to end up going down. But I first have to start with the y-intercept still. So I put a dot at negative 1. I go down 2 and to the right 3. Yes, you always go to the right. All right? Unless you run out of room and then you do the opposite. So the opposite of down 2, right 3 would be up 2, left 3. See how that matches up with my line? That makes sense. That's okay. But I wouldn't go down 2, left 3. That's wrong. Then I connect it. And there we go. I'm done. Let's look at some where they have inequalities. So let me skip through these slides. Before inequalities, we have to look at some where they're not in slope-intercept form. All right. Notice the y is not by itself. It's locked in. So I have to get it by itself by first removing the 5x. So I subtract 5x from both sides. I'm left with 2y equals negative 5x plus 10. All right, I'm still not done because y is still not by itself. I got to get rid of this 2. Divide everything by 2. Now you want to leave slope or fraction, so don't simplify this. Don't change it to 2.5. You want to keep it as negative 5x over 2. All right, 10 divided by 2, that's a whole number, so I'll go ahead and make that 5. Circle it because it's done. Now I can graph it. So my y-intercept is 5. So I go up to 5 this time. Put a dot. My slope is negative 5. So I go down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And to the right 2. Always go to the right. And done. Good? All right. So if it's ever written like this, you can't just go ahead and graph it. It's got to be y alone to graph. All right. All right, so here are our rules for inequalities. Okay, an inequality is just not an equal sign. So you've got a less than, a greater than, less than equal to, greater than or equal to. Now here are the rules for the lines. Okay, dashed or dotted if there's no line underneath the symbol. Okay, solid if it's got an equal to underneath it. Okay, so equal to, solid line, less than or greater than, dashed line. So you also have to shade. All right, so you always look in respect of y. So if it says y is less, then you shade below. All right, if it says y is great, then you shade above. Good? All right. Let's do some examples because it's easier when you have something to look at. So do I have to solve this one? No, I don't have to. It's already y equals. Okay, y is alone, so I don't have to do all that. So I can just go ahead and start graphing. Let me change colors. So to graph this one, I start off the same way I did with all the others. I put a dot at 2, right, because that's my y-intercept. And then I go down 2 over 1. Down 2 over 1. All right. Okay, so I have 3 dots. That's enough. Now I need to decide what type of line I'm going to use. Now, there's a line under the inequality, so my line should be solid. Okay, this or this means solid. So I just connect it with a regular line. All right. Next, I need to decide where I'm going to shade. So shade question mark. All right, do I shade above or below this line? Well, once again, I look at y. If it says y is less, then I shade below. If it says y is great, I shade above. This says y is less because the mouth is going the other way. So I shade below, which is this area right here. So shade in here. All right, shade this section. Let's do another one. All right, for this one, I start at -1. My slope is 2. So I go up 2, 1, 2, over 1, put another dot, up 2, over 1. And I keep doing this until I think I have enough dots. So next, what I need to do is I need to connect these dots somehow. So I look back at my symbol. So is it going to be solid or dotted? Well, when I look at the inequality, it does not have a line, okay? So this or this means dotted. All right, so I'm just going to leave it as a dotted line. All right, so I put little dashes. All right, so it's a dotted line. Do I shade above or below? Yes, you always shade if you have an inequality, okay? Always shade if there's an inequality. So where am I going to shade? Question mark. Well, this time it says y is greater, where the mouth is towards y. So I look at the y-intercept. These numbers are greater, so this is the area I'm going to shade. That's it. All right, I'll show you one more example. Let's do one where you have to solve. All right, let me go back. Okay, let's do this one. All right, so I'm going to do the one with all the 4's in it. So 4x plus 4y is less than 4. All right, I got to get y by itself because, once again, it can't graph unless y is by itself. So I subtract 4x from either side. I get 4y is less than -4x plus 4. Divide everything by 4. All right, every single thing by 4. So y is now less than -x. I don't have to write 1 plus 1. All right, let's graph it. So my y-intercept is 1. My slope is -1, so down 1 over 1. Down 1 over 1. Down 1 over 1. All right, that's enough. I use a dotted line because there is no line underneath the inequality. So there's my dashed line. And then do I shade the top or the bottom? Well, let's take a look at the symbol again. All right, that says y is less. Less is this way. So I shade under my graph. All right. That's it.